My husband forced me to put my salary into a family account. Then he said, "You don't earn anything." I didn't argue, I just read an email. 3 days later, he was begging me for the numbers. The night he said it, we were standing in the kitchen with the fridge door open, cold air spilling onto my bare feet. He didn't even look at me. He just laughed and said, "You don't earn anything. Don't act like you do." My paycheck had hit that morning. I knew because I'd already moved it into the so-called family account like he demanded every month. Rent, groceries, his truck payment, his credit card, everything flowed out of that account. My name was on it. My money was in it. Somehow, I was still nothing. I didn't fight him. I didn't cry. I closed the fridge, went to the bedroom, and opened my laptop. There was an unread email from work, time-stamped 2:11 p.m., subject line plain and boring. I almost deleted it. Instead, I clicked. It was from payroll, sent to the entire department. A system change. Starting next pay cycle, direct deposits would default to a new internal holding account unless employees confirmed their banking details. We had to log in and reauthorize where our money went. No confirmation, no deposit. I sat on the edge of the bed and felt my pulse slow down. Not race. Slow. Like my body already knew something my mind was just catching up to. For 3 years, I'd been handing over my paycheck without question. When we got married, he said separate finances were selfish. When I suggested we each keep a portion, he said families didn't keep score. When his hours got cut at the warehouse, my money became our safety net. When my student loan bills came, he said we'd handle them later. Later never came. The next morning, he kissed my cheek like nothing had happened. I drove to my office outside Columbus, sat at my desk, and logged into the payroll system. I updated my direct deposit to my old checking account, the one I'd kept open just in case, the one with $32 in it. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't feel dramatic. I just clicked save and went back to work. Over the next 3 days, I watched him spend like usual. Gas station snacks. A new drill he didn't need. He Venmo'd his brother for a poker night buy-in. Every time he swiped his card, a little notification chimed on my phone. He never checked balances. He never asked questions. On the 3rd day, he came home early. I was folding laundry when he stood in the doorway, jaw tight, phone in his hand. "Did you move money?" he asked. I shrugged. "Move what?" "The account's low," he said. Not angry yet. Confused. "Rent's due tomorrow." I kept folding. A pair of his work socks, stiff with grease. "How low?" He named a number that wouldn't cover half of what we owed. I waited. He didn't accuse me. He just stared, like the math wasn't adding up. "My paycheck didn't hit," he said finally. I looked up. "Here." That's when his voice changed. Softer. "Careful. Can you check with your job? Maybe something messed up." I nodded. "I already know what happened." He leaned against the door frame. "Okay. So, what do we do?" I stood, arms full of laundry, and walked past him to the closet. "We do what we've always done," I said. "Figure it out." That night, he pulled out a notebook and asked me to list expenses. He wanted dates, amounts, categories. He asked how much I made exactly. Not roughly. Exactly. He'd never asked that before. I handed him the notebook I'd already prepared. Not just the last month. The last 2 years. Every deposit. Every withdrawal. His purchases circled in pen. My student loan bills highlighted. I'd pulled statements during lunch breaks, saved PDFs on a flash drive, labeled everything. He flipped pages faster and faster. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. "Because you said I don't earn anything," I said. My voice didn't shake. That surprised me. "So I figured you wouldn't mind seeing the numbers." He slept on the couch. The next morning, I paid my loans from my personal account. I emailed our landlord and explained I'd be late by a week. She wrote back with a thumbs up and a grace period. A small mercy, but it felt huge. By Friday, he was frantic. He asked me to transfer money. He said he'd pay me back. He said he'd been stressed. He said he didn't mean it like that. He said a lot of things. I transferred enough to cover rent. Nothing more. Then I opened a new account at a credit union near my office. The woman at the desk didn't rush me. She explained everything twice. She slid a debit card across the counter like it mattered. It did. The real twist wasn't him begging. It was me realizing I didn't feel powerful. I felt clear. Clean. Like I'd stepped out of a fog I didn't know I was in. We're still married. For now. We're in counseling at a community center that charges on a sliding scale. He's learning words he never used before. Control. Entitlement. Fear. I'm learning others. Boundaries. Choice. Exit. Last night, he asked me to go over the budget again. He asked, not demanded. I agreed. Not because I owe him, but because I'm deciding what kind of life I want. My paycheck hits my account every other Friday now. I check it. I move what I choose. And when I look at the numbers, I don't feel small anymore. I feel counted. If this story resonated with you, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It truly helps support this channel and keeps these real stories reaching more people. Thank you for listening till the end. Your support, comments, and encouragement mean more than you know, and they help this community grow stronger together.